he did 4 experiments all the way to the moon and back, and the results were statistically significant enough that they realized it didn't even matter if a guy was walking on the moon. He was able to tell what shapes and colors on the Zener cards were. So he was able to pass the telepathy test. It didn't even have to be on the electromagnetic field of the Earth. So suddenly in this program, they're like, whoa, this is like a huge moment and a breakthrough. And so what happened was Edgar Mitchell came back from the moon and was fully vested now in this psychic spy program. He joined the team there at Stanford. He joined up with this Dr. Hal Puthoff right here that you see. And then here he is with Werner von Braun, Uri Geller, Hal Puthoff, and Edgar Mitchell. And this becomes one of the huge critical moments. This photograph right here actually captures the beginnings of the UFO crash recovery program that combined finally with the psychic spy program, and how those two things suddenly merged, and why today you have people like Jacob Barber and his colleagues coming out that are Delta Force operators and Green Beret Special Forces guys saying that they use remote viewing and they use these same methods in order to take control of UFOs, bring them down, or crash them, basically through telepathy, they hijack the control systems, pilot the UFO down, and then these teams go in and capture them for Lockheed or something, Lockheed Martin. So it's pretty wild. But this is the first incident and the proof that if that program is real, this is literally the day that it all began. And we're about to hear the story of what happened.
This is Uri Geller. One of the types of demonstrations that Geller likes to do is to sit with a group of people and attempt to send a number to various people in the room. With Uri Geller, this is Edgar Mitchell, who, with his eyes covered, is trying to pick up the number that Geller is sending. Also, we see Wilbur Franklin of Kent State, Harold Puthoff, and Russell Targ of SRI, along with Don Schuick, Vice President for Research at SRI. This is the chart recording of the magnetometer fluctuations produced by Geller. We see here full-scale fluctuations of 0.3 of a Gauss, which is a significant magnetic field, comparable to the Earth's field. After each of these experiments, we would in general discuss the results with Geller.
It's literally Uri Geller and Hal Puthoff at Stanford Research Institute and the origins of this whole program. So they're seeing if his thoughts can actually affect reality outside of his body. Can he think about the device like the magnetometer on the counter in the sealed vacuum tube? And just by thinking about it, can he affect the waveform on those charts? And can he affect reality that way? And over and over and over again, they seem to prove that that was real and that was true, that telepathy, psychokinesis, and that kind of thing, there is something real to that. And truth be told, we'll get into this a little bit too, but Hal Puthoff, who you're seeing right here, he was the mentor and the trainer for my current colleague, Dr. Jim Segala, who has combined all of these devices like the magnetometer, the gamma ray sensors, all of this stuff that they were doing with Uri Geller is now part of what is called the Modular Unidentified Phenomena Alert System. And I'm actually his colleague, and we're teamed up on this. And we have 10,000 sensors that we're giving away for free right now. So in the link in the description box of this video, you can go take a survey. Everything that Uri Geller was doing in this video back in Stanford with Hal Puthoff has evolved, and today is this Modular Unidentified Phenomena Alert System study. We call it MUPAS for short. That's the acronym. But you can get a MUPAS device and actually join phase 2 of the study and know 100% confidence that it came from the origins of this actual program, and we're still doing it. Instead of it just being Uri Geller, we have 10,000 sensor units and a whole online software program and AI monitoring it and all of that stuff to track the data if this is real or not. These are the gamma waves that I've been experiencing the last few days.
What the heck?
So this is when this is what we're talking about here. Your reaction is so good. I love that.
Sorry.
No, that's great.
I've never seen. I never actually went into your device in a long time. I haven't really looked at this.
So these are correlative, especially these ones. If we can, here's what's cool. You can even go into these waves and like select a section like this, I noticed, and it will just zoom in on those parts that you're looking
If
at.
you see on the left there, you got that underneath the arrow. Click into that, and you get
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, and then you can click on a graph, like if you can click on right there. So click
Like
anywhere
here?
on the graph, and then you can put your observation in.
Oh, and then you can type the journal entry right
Yeah,
there.
so whatever you want. Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, and then that, because if you have other observers that are looking at that, they'll get an alert. And
Gotcha.
yeah,
So right on that spot, I could click here and then put
and
the.
then everybody will look at that and say, "Oh my God, get out of the house."
Right. So I've been going up.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Show him the strip chart recording and talk about the significance of his experiments. He was very interested in the experiments we were doing because he had never taken part in laboratory experiments of this kind before.